Today, the Su family was hosting an incredibly grand banquet to celebrate the patriarch's birthday. This event had drawn the attention of countless figures in the business world. So from early morning, throngs of impeccably dressed individuals had gathered outside the Su estate. Naturally, quite a few opportunists tried to slip inside, hoping to network with the wealthy elite, but the guards at the entrance stopped them all. No invitation? Get lost. Two guards at the back, witnessing this familiar scene, grumbled to each other, "Why are so many people trying to sneak into the party today?" The man beside him just snorted coldly. The Su family is one of the wealthiest in Dragon Country. So, for the boss's 60th birthday, of course, tons of people are scrambling to curry favor. Keep your eyes peeled. I won't allow anyone to sneak past this gate. The guards received their orders and replied in unison. Yes, sir. Understood. Suddenly, the lead guard felt a tiny hand persistently tugging at his pant leg. He glanced down, and his eyes met the small, adorable figure of an incredibly cute and pretty little girl. She looked up with her big, round eyes and asked the man, "Hello, excuse me, is this Leo Su's house?" The name, Leo Su, uttered by a little girl who looked to be no more than 3 years old, stunned the group of guards. The lead guard patiently crouched down to face her. "Yes, little girl. Whose child are you? How did you end up here?" Then, he gently reminded her, "And you shouldn't call our boss by his full name. You should call him Mr. Su." At the guard's reminder, the little girl shook her head innocently. "I can't call him Mr. That would mess up the family hierarchy. My name is Mia Su. I'm his grandaunt. I'm here today to wish him a happy birthday." As if remembering something, Mia put on an innocent expression, her eyes sparkling, and continued, "But I don't have an invitation. Could you please go inform him for me?" The man thought Mia was bluffing. He was speechless for a moment, then stood up, his voice tinged with impatience. "Now, little girl, don't go making up stories and claiming random relatives. If you don't have an invitation, you can't get in." Then, his expression turned serious as he said loudly, "You should leave now." Internally, he scoffed. A mere child daring to call herself the boss's grandaunt? How is that even possible? Mia resolutely refused to leave. She kept trying to explain, "But I really am his grandaunt. It's true, my daddy told me so. Oh, right, I even have proof. Wait, let me find it." As she spoke, Mia rummaged with her small hands in the bunny-shaped bag she wore in front of her. But just as she was distracted, a pair of hands from behind pushed her forward. Caught off guard, Mia couldn't react in time. Her small body stumbled, nearly falling. After steadying herself, Mia looked back to see who it was. Behind her stood a mother and son, who also looked like they came from a wealthy family. The boy, though young, had a terrible attitude. He looked at Mia with disgust. "You little beggar, don't stand at my family's door." His mother, Maya, the sister of Caden Su's, the eldest young master, girlfriend, spoke contemptuously to her son. "Why did you even touch her? She's filthy. She might even have some contagious disease." Then, Maya looked at the guard and said bossily, "Can you people be a bit more alert? Don't let this dirty child sneak into the party." The guard quickly assured her, "Rest assured, ma'am. I definitely won't let a child from who knows where into the party." Mia heard their exchange, and her head filled with question marks. Huh, she's not even a Su. Why can she decide whether I get in or not? At Mia's puzzled look, Maya laughed scornfully. "Let me tell you, little beggar, my sister is about to marry the eldest young master of the Su family. So, I'm basically the Su family sister-in-law. I have the right to keep a beggar like you out." Her son didn't forget to make a face and taunt Mia. Naya, beggar, you can't get in." The arrogance of this mother-son duo completely infuriated Mia. She clenched her fists and shouted, "You're talking nonsense. I can get in." The boy, determined to win, yelled back just as loudly, "You stinky beggar, get out of my way." With that, he lunged at Mia. But Mia stood her ground, unmoving. Seeing the boy's hand approaching, Mia, without a second thought, used her sharp little teeth and bit his hand. "Ow, ow." The boy screamed in pain. After struggling unsuccessfully to free himself, he shrieked for help. "It hurts so much. Mommy, save me." Maya, startled, rushed over and yelled, "You little beggar, are you looking for death? Get her out of here." She raised her hand, intending to strike Mia. But before she could do anything, a powerful voice cut her off. "What are you all doing in front of my house?" Fin Su, the seventh young master of the Su family, appeared dazzlingly before the crowd. Though he exuded a cold aura, it only enhanced his handsome features, making girls swoon. The guards, seeing him, smiled and greeted him. "Young Master Fin, you're back." Fin Su said nothing, his attention fixed on Mia, standing opposite him. Her cuteness captivated him. He slightly lowered his glasses and asked, "Who is this child?" Mia looked at the young man before her and thought, "Daddy said Leo Su has 7 sons. This must be my 7th grandnephew." Thinking this, she smiled brightly and waved at Fin Su. "Hello, Greetings, my dear great-grandnephew. Her words left him completely stunned, as if he couldn't believe his ears. Seeing no reaction from the young man, Mia proactively introduced herself. Hello, great-grandnephew. Your father is Leo Su, right? I am your grandauntie. Fin Su finally snapped back to reality, realizing he hadn't misheard. He took off his glasses, looked at Mia, and asked, What did you call me? Mia quickly took out a family scroll and a jade pendant from her small bag. Pointing to them, she said, Look, great-grandnephew, this is my proof. Fin Su, thinking Mia was talking nonsense, gave a forced laugh. Kid, are you crazy? He thought to himself, Grandauntie? How many generations removed is that? But when he looked closely at the jade pendant in her hand, his eyes widened in astonishment. Wait a minute. Isn't this jade pendant identical to the one Dad treasures in his box? Could this little girl be telling the truth? Fin Su's heart was filled with a mixture of disbelief and suspicion as he looked at the little girl. But this adorable child can't possibly be my grandaunt. This is just too much. Mia, sensing the young man was wavering, tugged at his sleeve and asked, See? Mia isn't crazy. You really are Mia's great-grandnephew, you know. Maya, who had been enjoying the show, couldn't help but butt in. I say, little Finn, it's normal for a dirty beggar child like this to be a bit delusional. Don't let her fool you. Our Su family. Before she could finish, Fin Su, annoyed, picked Mia up, cutting Maya off. Little Finn? Who are you calling little Finn? Get away from me. We're not close. He turned to go inside, but, after a few steps, looked back and added sarcastically, Oh, and by the way, your sister hasn't married my brother yet. So, an outsider like you has no right to boss me around. Hearing this, Maya seethed, grinding her teeth, rendered speechless. You. She fumed silently. On what grounds does Fin Su dare to have this attitude towards me? He's just a third-rate celebrity. Wait until my sister takes control of the Su family. I'll make him polish my shoes. Let's see how arrogant he can be then. As soon as Fin Su entered the banquet hall, he attracted a lot of attention. Oh, isn't that young Master Fin? Someone came up to chat and curry favor. Young Master Fin, long time no see. You're looking more handsome than ever. Young Master Fin, last time I even bought tickets to support your movie. Faced with these flattering words, Fin Su remained completely indifferent. All right, move aside. Where's my father? Take me to him. His attitude immediately displeased many. Fin Su really thinks he's someone important. Without the Su family, he'd have been wandering the streets long ago. That's right, he just got lucky being born into a good family. Seeing him holding Mia, the crowd started gossiping again. That little girl, could she be his illegitimate daughter? Oh, must be. After all, just a few days ago, there was that video of Fin Su checking into a hotel with a woman. That was shocking news. It was trending #1 for a long time before it was taken down. If I were him, I wouldn't dare bring my illegitimate child home. It's so embarrassing. These people intentionally spoke loudly enough for him to hear, causing Fin Su's face to darken. But he didn't bother to argue and continued walking straight ahead. Only Mia was dissatisfied, looking back at the gossiping crowd. How can they talk about others behind their backs? This is wrong. Mia has to teach these bad people a lesson. With that, she used her small hand to conjure a yellow talisman. Mia aimed the talisman at the most talkative man and blew gently, commanding, Go! As soon as she finished speaking, the talisman, as if controlled by someone, invisible to the naked eye, quickly flew towards the man. The moment the talisman landed on the man's forehead, before the bewildered eyes of the guests, the man suddenly fell to the ground with a thud. Ouch! The man scrambled up, horrified to find that one of his front teeth had broken off in the fall. Oh my God! What happened? Mia, seeing the result of her work, covered her mouth and giggled. Hee, the scoundrel-punishing talisman really works. She looked at Fin Su and boasted, Great-grandnephew, see? Grandauntie helped you punish those bad guys who were talking nonsense. Fin Su, wanting to make Mia happy, also smiled and praised her. Well, you're really good then. But in his heart, he thought differently. Of course, a child's words can't be taken seriously. But hearing such an adorable kid care about me does lift my spirits. Mia, oblivious to his thoughts, continued to smile proudly. Mia has always been very good. He carried her to a large wooden door and stopped. Pushing the door open, he said in a low voice, Dad, I'm home. Inside the room, Leo Su, hearing his youngest son's voice, immediately scolded him sternly. Are you stupid? Why would you bring your daughter home during my birthday celebration? Do you want to be on the front pages again for a few more days? As Leo Su spoke, he grew more agitated. Just a few days ago, I spent tens of millions to suppress that hot search and manage public opinion for you. And you just waste all the money your brother worked so hard to earn on such nonsense. Faced with his father's rebukes, Fin Su quickly placed Mia on a nearby table. Stay here. Leo Su then walked over to Mia and observed her from head to toe. After a moment of scrutiny, his expression changed. He broke into a wide smile and praised her lavishly. She really is a Su family child. So pretty. Good girl, I'm your grandpa. Quick, call me grandpa, and I'll give you a treat. Fin Su, not expecting his father to change his tune faster than a flipping pancake, sighed. Dad, don't be so hypocritical. Mia, however, remained completely unfazed, waving her hand in dismissal. No, you're not her grandpa. Before Leo Su's astonished eyes, Mia patted his shoulder and delivered a stunning statement. Greetings, eldest grandnephew. I am your grandauntie Mia. Okay. Leo Su, confused, asked, Grandauntie Mia? Mia, thinking he was calling her, winked. Yep, it's young me. Her father, hearing this, felt his chest tighten with anger and kicked his son. Look at you. You didn't even finish school, and you wanted to mess around in the entertainment industry. Look what you've taught your daughter. Fin Su, startled, dodged the kick and hastily explained, Dad, please calm down. Heaven and earth as my witness. I haven't been messing around with women. Pointing at Mia, he continued, I found this child at our doorstep. She was holding a jade pendant identical to yours, and said she was your young grandaunt, so I brought her in. Leo Su, hearing this, couldn't hide his surprise. Ajad pendant. While he was utterly bewildered, Mia patted his shoulder again. Eldest grandnephew, you mustn't hit great-grandnephew. Mia likes great-grandnephew very, very much. Faced with his eldest grandnephew's existential crisis, Mia calmly presented her proof of identity. Eldest grandnephew, look, Mia really is your grandaunt. Seeing the familiar jade pendant, Leo Su picked it up, his heart filled with nostalgia. When I was young and mischievous, I dropped my uncle's jade pendant, causing a crack. The jade pendant Mia presented has an identical crack. This made Leo Su even more suspicious. There really is a crack running across the character Su in the exact same position. Could this child's words be true? He clutched the jade pendant and the letter tightly, his gaze fixed on Mia, still full of surprise and even more disbelief. But back then, when Uncle married into the Jiang family's mystic sect, he was already 20. I was 7. By that logic, Uncle should be 73 this year. How could he have such a young daughter? As if to verify his thoughts, he quickly opened the letter. The letter contained elegant handwriting, along with a prophecy and instruction for the future generations of the Su family. The Su family, during its peak, possessed immense luck, attracting the attention of some evil entities. Therefore, a calamity will befall them in the future. Mia can help you overcome this crisis. In return, the Su family must help Mia gain the affection of many people to accumulate faith value and merit. Only then can everyone wake up sooner. After reading it, Leo Su's expression fell into deep thought. He carefully folded the letter, looking at Mia with a mixture of empathy and pity. She probably doesn't even know her family is all in a deep sleep. If she knew, she would surely cry, right? Thinking this, Leo Su couldn't hold back his tears, silently vowing, even if there's no benefit to the Su family, I must agree to take care of her. With her identity confirmed, Leo Su, without a second thought, bowed respectfully to his young grandaunt. Grandauntie Mia, your eldest grandnephew greets you. Mia, not thinking much of it, innocently smiled back. Good grandnephew. Mia happily took out a meeting gift. Here, this is a birthday present and a meeting gift Mia brought for you. Leo Su quickly reached out to accept it, not forgetting to ask, this is? At her eldest grandnephew's question, Mia cheerfully explained, those are ginseng whiskers from Old Man Ginseng. He heard Mia was going back to her old home to celebrate her eldest grandnephew's 60th birthday, so he cut some for me to give to you all. Just then, young Grandauntie Mia's attention was caught by a bracelet Leo Su was wearing. Pointing to the green bracelet, she said sternly, eldest grandnephew, you cannot wear this bracelet. Leo Su was startled. Little aunt, have you seen something? Mia rested her chin on her hand, looking at the bracelet, and stated her assessment. This bracelet has immense resentful energy. It must be made from human bones. Eldest grandnephew, do you always have trouble sleeping at night? The main reason is this prayer bead bracelet. Leo Su saw that his young grandaunt was spot on. He quickly removed the bracelet. Looking at it in his hand, Leo Su quickly pieced things together. This bracelet was a gift from my eldest grandnephew Caden's girlfriend, Nora. I heard these prayer beads were personally consecrated by an abbot, so I always wore it. I never expected. Seeing her grandnephew standing motionless, Mia reached for the bracelet. Let me have it, eldest grandnephew. It's not good for you to keep this. Taking the bracelet, Mia unhurriedly tucked it into her small bag, which seemed like Doraemon's magic pocket. Fin Su, who had witnessed the entire conversation and his father's respectful attitude towards the child, was dumbfounded. Leo Su, seeing his son like that, huffily kicked him in the knee. What are you still dazed for? Your father has already greeted your grandaunt. Why aren't you kneeling and kowtowing to her? Finsu's mouth twitched, wanting to curse. Sai, forget it. He's my dad. I can't curse him. Seeing his son being so stubborn, Su took action, forcing him to kneel and even pushing his head towards Mia. Just kowtow. Hurry up and change how you address her, or I'll use family discipline on you, son. Under his father's supervision, Finsu could only obediently bow his head and perform the rites. Greetings, Grandauntie. I am Finsu. His action made Mia even happier. Hee, finally, someone kowtowed to me. Good great-grandnephew. I'll give you a meeting gift. With that, she dropped something into Finsu's hand. Seeing the greeting formalities were over, Su smiled obsequiously. Grandauntie, you're a bit dirty. How about I have the maids take you for a bath and a change of clothes? Mia, hearing about a bath, eagerly agreed. Okay. Inside the bathroom, Mia soaked in the hot water, thoroughly enjoying the sensation. Suddenly, a soap bubble landed on her nose, making Mia feel incredibly itchy. Achoo! Mia's sneeze worried the three maids. One of them immediately wrapped Mia in a towel and picked her up. Quick, tell Dr. Liu to wait outside. Grandauntie sneezed. She might have caught a cold. Faced with the maid's concern, Mia smiled and stopped them. No need. That was someone talking bad about Mia, not a cold. At Mia's cuteness, the three maids immediately surrounded her, showering her with praise. Young Grandauntie is so beautiful and adorable, like a little fairy descended from heaven. If only my daughter could be as beautiful as Grandauntie. Another said wistfully, Sigh, I only have a son. When will I ever have a daughter? At this person's longing, Mia just turned and gave her a meaningful look, then delivered a firm statement. You're going to have a daughter soon, so don't be impatient. The maid, hearing her proclamation, was somewhat incredulous, pointing at herself as if asking, Me? Outside the door, someone had been waiting for Mia for a long time. As soon as she stepped out of the bathroom, a respectful call of Grandauntie reached her ears, making Mia turn her head to look. The woman before her was Su's wife, the matriarch of the Su family, Mrs. Su. Mrs. Su looked at Mia and said seriously again, Grandniece-in-law greets Grandauntie. Mia was immediately captivated by Mrs. Su's appearance and couldn't help but praise, Wow, Grandniece-in-law, you're so beautiful, even more beautiful than grandnephew. She habitually searched for a meeting gift, but couldn't find her bag. Huh, where's my bag? A maid quickly brought her bag over. Young Grandauntie, here's your bag. Mia took out a green jadeite bracelet from her magic bag and offered it. Here, grandniece-in-law. Mrs. Su, looking at the bracelet in the young Grandaunt's hand, was stunned. A jadeite bracelet of this quality. Not long ago, a wealthy merchant in Harbor City bought one for 300 million. I can't believe little aunt is so generous as to gift me such a jadeite bracelet upon our first meeting. Seeing Mrs. Su unresponsive and motionless, Mia asked tentatively, Grandniece-in-law, don't you like Mia's meeting gift? Then, she reached into her magic bag again. Now let me change it for you. Eldest grandnephew really liked the ginseng. Grandniece-in-law will probably like it too. Mrs. Su finally came to her senses, realizing the young grandaunt had misunderstood. She said softly, I like it. Of course I like it. Grandauntie Mia, please don't be upset. Grandniece-in-law was just so captivated by your cuteness that I got distracted, not that I don't like your gift. Recognizing the bracelet's background and value were not simple, Mrs. Su tried to politely decline. This jade bracelet is so precious. Perhaps young Grandauntie should keep it. But Mia didn't hesitate to toss the bracelet to her. If you like it, I'll give it to you. Mia has plenty more at home. Faced with Mia's enthusiasm, Mrs. Su couldn't bear to refuse and had to accept it, putting it in her pocket. She's still young now. Maybe I should keep the jade bracelet for her first. I'll put it in a box. It can be her dowry later. Mrs. Su extended her hand towards Mia, smiling gently and expectantly. Young Grandauntie, may grandniece-in-law carry you to change your clothes? At the gentleness of this nominal grandniece-in-law, Mia was instantly won over, happily extending her hands in agreement. Okay. Mia was carried into her private room by Mrs. Su. As soon as she entered, Mia's eyes widened in amazement. Wow! This room had been prepared by Mr. and Mrs. Su with great care. Everything was designer, looking incredibly eye-catching, and Mia loved it instantly. Yay! So many pretty dresses. Mia then chose a light blue dress and put it on, looking incredibly lovely and adorable. Dressed beautifully, the little girl spun around delightedly. Her beauty made everyone present fall for her instantly. She excitedly asked Mrs. Su's opinion. Grandniece-in-law, what do you think? Mrs. Su bent down to help her adjust her outfit, her face beaming with a smile. Our Grandauntie Mia has excellent taste. This dress is beautiful. Being praised, Mia smiled very happily. Just then, a maid entered from outside and reported, "Madam, the master says the party is about to begin." Mrs. Su nodded slightly, then carried Mia and walked down to the hall. Seeing her son standing nearby, Mrs. Su introduced him. "Grand Auntie Mia, the person standing over there is your eldest great-grandnephew, Caden Su. He's loved money since he was little, so he's currently managing the Su family." Mia followed her gaze and immediately looked at her eldest great-grandnephew, Caden Su. What met her eyes was a cold face, just like a domineering CEO on TV, but Caden's eyes lacked much sharpness, looking lifeless. Mrs. Su then added, "Besides him and the seventh one, the other great-grandnephews have other commitments and couldn't come." Caden Su's dark-circled eyes caught Mia's attention. Why do I feel like there's something unusual about eldest great-grandnephew? At that moment, next to Caden Su, a woman in a pink dress was standing. Mia observed Maya standing beside her and asked, "Grandniece-in-law, who is the woman next to eldest great-grandnephew?" Today, Mia was even stopped by one of them at the door. Mrs. Su's voice held a hint of displeasure. "They're the two sisters from the Lin family, Nora and Maya. I don't know why eldest great-grandnephew wants to marry that Nora. Young grand-auntie, I don't like her at all." Their conversation was interrupted by Leo Su's appearance. Leo Su gestured, wanting to carry Mia. "Since Granny Mia has arrived, let's start the party." Then he and his wife walked onto the platform. Looking at the guests, he announced, "Thank you all for attending my birthday celebration. Before the party begins, I have an important announcement to make." Below, Nora, hearing Mr. Su's words, rejoiced silently, hugging Caden Su's arm. "He must want to announce our engagement." Caden Su's face, as if manipulated, forced a smile. Nora looked at the man beside her, her heart laughing secretly. "Luckily, she helped me cast a spell to make Caden like me. So, finally, Caden is mine, But Mr. Su's next words made Nora's joy deflate. "The person I am holding is..." Nora, disappointed, thought, "Why isn't he announcing my engagement to Caden first?" Maya, standing beside her, was also dissatisfied and immediately spoke up. "Mr. Su, today is your birthday party. You should announce happy news, not the Su family's embarrassing affairs." Her words directly annoyed Leo Su, who looked over and questioned, "Who are you?" "The Su family's affairs are not for outsiders to meddle in." Maya proudly pulled Nora's hand and introduced, "I'm the sister of your son's girlfriend, Maya." Nora, hearing her name, smiled demurely. "Hello, uncle." However, Maya didn't stop there. She pointed at Mia and asked, "The child you're holding, is she the illegitimate daughter of the Su family's seventh young master?" Although saying this will affect the Su family's reputation, I'm only doing this for the good of the Su family. Nora, hearing this, was startled and tried to dissuade her. "Sister, don't say any more. This is too embarrassing." Having dirty water thrown at them, Mia and Mr. Su angrily retorted, as if to intimidate Maya. Who said this is the seventh one's illegitimate child?" "She's my grand-auntie Mia." "That's right. Mia is their grand-aunt." Leo Su's words immediately shocked everyone present. "What? Mr. Su, you're not kidding, are you? This little girl is your aunt." Leo Su didn't answer the question, but just glanced over and made a declaration. "I heard you call my young grand-aunt a beggar at the door, and even let your son push my young grand-aunt. Now you're even interrupting me. The Su family does not welcome such impolite guests. Guards, escort her out." Maya, being kicked out in front of so many guests, her face turned pale. Nora quickly ran to Caden Su and pleaded, "Caden, my sister didn't know the young grand-aunt's identity. Ignorance is no crime. So, please ask your father to let her off." As Maya was being pushed away by the guards, she cried out unwillingly, "Let me go." She looked at Nora and yelled, "Sister, quick, tell them to let me go." At Nora's words, Caden Su, like a puppet, immediately complied. "Okay, let me." Nora, seeing this, rejoiced silently. Indeed, her curse is powerful. "Caden is truly devoted to me now." Caden Su walked over to his father and said, "Dad, today is your birthday party. How about you let her go?" When they were this close, Mia could finally observe him carefully, getting closer to see eldest great-grandnephew's face. Indeed, there's something unusual. His destiny line has a problem. To verify her suspicion, the little girl gently tapped the center of his forehead, muttering a spell. "Open heavenly eye." As Mia finished speaking, a third eye quickly appeared in the center of her forehead. Very quickly, she understood the problem. Through the heavenly eye, Mia saw a black thread of negative chi from Nora enveloping Caden Su. Mia clicked her tongue. So, this black thread has connected their destinies. Under the heavenly eye, Mia also saw the connecting thread between Mr. Su and Mrs. Su, but this red thread is the true red thread of fate from the matchmaker god. Detecting the situation, Mia cleverly said, "Eldest grandnephew, grand-auntie wants to come down." As soon as her feet touched the ground, Mia looked at Kaden Su and called, "Eldest great-grandnephew, come over here for a moment." Kaden Su, hearing the call, walked over, squatted down, and bowed. "Greetings, Grand Auntie." Mia took this opportunity to gently touch his forehead. "Eldest great-grandnephew is very good. Don't be afraid. Leave everything to Grand Auntie." Her cryptic words made him somewhat confused. Afraid of what? Mia didn't answer. Instead, a small wooden sword suddenly appeared in her hand. With her other hand, she grabbed the black thread from Kaden Su. Then, without a word, she used the wooden sword to sever the black thread connecting Kaden Su and Nora. After doing so, she smiled at him. "Good eldest great-grandnephew. Mia will help you deal with the bad things, okay?" As soon as the black thread was cut, Kaden Su's face regained its vitality. He was startled, as if waking up. "Indeed, my body feels much lighter. But why are there so many strange memories in my head?" Kaden Su, half believing, half doubting, looked towards Nora and wondered, why did I suddenly like Nora? As he was questioning reality, Mia's voice rang out again. "Also, Granddaddy gives eldest great-grandnephew a ginseng whisker." Kaden Su, though not knowing what effect this whisker had, happily accepted it. "Thank you for the gift, Granddaddy." He wondered to himself, is this a piece of straw? Only Leo Su recognized the origin of this gift, laughing secretly to himself. "Later, I must get those whiskers back from them. Hee hee." No longer bothered by anyone, Leo Su once again pointed to Mia and said, "My apologies for the disturbance. My grandaunt is young, but holds a senior position in the family. If I don't clarify for her, I'm afraid some ignorant people might bully her. It's almost time. Thank you all for coming to my birthday party. Let's begin the feast." Mia sat down at the dining table in a cheerful mood. Everyone present watched this newly appeared young grandaunt. Mia noticed everyone was motionless and suspiciously turned to ask, "Why isn't anyone eating?" Leo Su smiled and said, "Grandauntie Mia, please eat first." Her stomach rumbled with hunger, so Mia didn't hesitate anymore. She pointed forward and urged, "Everyone eat." Her adult-like demeanor made Mr. and Mrs. Su chuckle, thinking, it seems she's played house a lot. She really imitates adults well. The two of them, without prior agreement, both served food to her. "Grandauntie Mia, eat more." Mia picked up a breaded fried shrimp, chomped on it, and savored it. Delicious, so delicious." After finishing the shrimp, she pointed to another dish. "I want that." Seeing Mr. and Mrs. Su not eating, but just watching her, Mia turned left and right, urging, "You too eat. Don't just look at Mia. This and that are both delicious." Nora, seeing no one paying attention to her, looked at Kaden Su and asked tentatively, "Kaden, are your father and mother dissatisfied with me? Why haven't they talked about the engagement?" Kaden Su, after Mia dispelled the enchantment, replied coldly, "I also need to reconsider the engagement." His words shocked Nora to the core. She glanced down at the red bracelet on her wrist, her eyes glinting with danger and unwillingness. "Why is this happening? No, if this is delayed, there will be trouble." "Kaden Su, you forced me to do this." Suddenly, the banquet hall was plunged into darkness. The guests were in an uproar. Power outage. High on the platform, a spotlight shone on Kaden Su and Nora, immediately drawing everyone's attention. Kaden Su, at this moment, seemed like a puppet controlled by Nora, his eyes vacant as he spoke. "Hello everyone, today, I have something to announce." Leo Su, noticing his son acting on his own, frowned and looked over. "Eldest, what are you planning to do?" Only Mia noticed something unusual. "This isn't my grandnephew." Through her sharp eyes, Mia saw countless shadowy figures surrounding Kaden Su. "They're clearly sneaking into my grandnephew's body. This will harm his body." Thinking this, without a word, she decisively jumped down from her high chair. To Mrs. Su's surprise, she declared, "Grandnephew, I'll save you right now." Meanwhile, Kaden Su was being controlled by the ghost inside him. His eyes were lifeless as he knelt before Nora, holding a ring box. Nora, the most triumphant person at this moment, was probably Nora. She looked down haughtily at the man kneeling before her, thinking, from now on, I, Nora, will be the young mistress of the Su family. All the women in the world will be trampled under my feet. So, Kaden, hurry up and say those words. "Nora, will you mar?" Just as Kaden Su said this, his expression suddenly cleared. The next words he was about to say were swallowed back. Nora, not expecting her plan to be foiled at such a crucial moment, looked stunned and disbelievingly behind her. She quickly realized the problem when she saw Mia grabbing her red threads with her bare hands. "What's going on? How can that brat catch my red threads?" Behind her, Mia was strenuously pulling at these abnormal red threads. As each thread was pulled out of Kaden Su, he felt a splitting headache and couldn't help but cry out, "Ah!" Noticing Kaden Su was about to escape her control, Nora screamed angrily, No, no, get away from her. With that, she frantically tried to strike Mia. But before her hand could touch Mia, Fin-Su caught it. His face was filled with anger as he frowned and asked, Nora, how dare you push our young grandaunt? Are you looking to die? Nora then realized she had lost her composure and quickly tried to explain. What are you talking about? I just wanted to pull the little girl over, not. Before she could finish, Fin-Su pointed behind her and said sternly, so many people here saw it. Do you still want to argue? I'm sure there are still cameras in the banquet hall. How about I play it for you? Faced with these sharp words, Nora broke out in a cold sweat. She looked at Caden-Su for help. Caden, please say something for me. But as she looked over, she saw Mia swiftly pulling the resentful energy out of Caden-Su's body with her bare hands. Holding the resentful energy tightly in her hand, the little girl cheered, haha, got it. After the resentful energy left his body, Caden-Su immediately regained his senses. Looking at what his young grandaunt was holding, he shivered. Was that a ghost next to me just now? Caden-Su, his whole body feeling cold as ice, walked towards Nora. I saw it, Nora. You've gone too far. With that, he immediately ordered, guards, take her out. Nora, knowing the situation was beyond saving, her face turned deathly pale. She covered her mouth, thinking in despair, it's over, it's all over. Unwilling to lose her status as the Su family's young mistress, she fainted on the spot. Over here, Mia looked at the resentful energy and asked, why did you enter my great-grandnephew's body? Held tightly by Mia, unable to struggle, the resentful energy pleaded, little divine girl, spare me. She forced me to enter his body. It tried to act innocent and curry favor. Little divine girl, could you be a little gentler? You're hurting me. Ouch, it really hurts. Mia, hearing this, believed it. Is that so? Then let me loosen my grip. The resentful energy, seeing how easily she was fooled, secretly smirked. Just as she was about to loosen her hand, Caden-Su suddenly appeared beside her. Young grandaunt, don't let it go. Mia was quite surprised that he could see the resentful energy and quickly asked, great-grandnephew, can you see ghosts? Caden-Su nodded slightly. I couldn't before, but I can now. Young grandaunt, can you lock it up? It was inside me just now, and I feel it's not a good thing. The resentful energy, hearing this, immediately wailed, don't lock me up. Mia, however, cheerfully, agreed with Caden-Su. Okay, Mommy said I have to listen to you, great-grandnephews. So I'll lock up the ghostie. The resentful energy's screams echoed throughout the place. Let me out. I won't let you die peacefully. But ignoring its threats, Mia gently kneaded it into a ball with both hands. At this point, the resentful energy's voice was very weak. Goor, goor. After finishing, she took out a talisman from her clothes, stuck it on the resentful energy, and then leisurely threw it into her magic bag. Haha, now it won't harm people anymore. Fin-Su, watching Mia showcase her skills, couldn't help but give a thumbs up. Young grandauntie is amazing. Caden-Su, holding Mia, announced to the guests below, my young grandaunt just found this place interesting, but Nora felt obstructed and wanted to push her. Such malicious conduct makes her unworthy to be my wife. I apologize for the spectacle. Please, everyone, continue eating. Seeing no one touching their food, Mia also urged, yes, yes, everyone eat. The party then concluded, and the entire Su family returned to the living room. Mia sat in the center, comfortably enjoying the treatment of being served candy and water, constantly praising, delicious. After eating and drinking her fill, she looked at Leo Su and said, grandnephew, Mia has now completed Daddy's task. I should go back now. Leo Su, hearing this, was secretly alarmed. No way. The letter said not to let Grandauntie go back. Thinking this, he forced a fawning smile and made an excuse. Young Grandauntie, you can't leave yet. Recently, my two sons have been saying they've encountered strange things and are waiting for Grandauntie to come and catch ghosts. As he spoke, he kept winking at his two sons. Mrs. Su also understood her husband's intention and chimed in. That's right, young Grandauntie. If you don't help those two rascals, I'm afraid they'll be scared to tears again in a few days. Both young men, after catching their father's signal, also got into character. Yes, and if Grandauntie goes back, my brother and I won't dare to come home anymore. Mia, innocent as ever, believed them immediately and enthusiastically replied, okay, I'll go see where the ghosties are now. After I catch them, I'll go home. Her words instantly petrified the entire Su family. Young Grandauntie, we don't mean for you to catch ghosts right now. Mia quickly took out a golden compass from her small bag and used it to explore every nook and cranny of the Su house. The four people behind her also followed her dazedly. Although Mia searched everywhere, she didn't find anything unusual. After walking for a while, she rubbed her eyes and yawned. Ah, so sleepy. As soon as the words left her mouth, her body tilted backward, unable to resist the sudden wave of drowsiness. Mrs. Su quickly appeared and caught her, holding her in her arms. Mr. Su approached, about to say something, but Mrs. Su gestured for him to keep quiet. Mia was thus carried to her bedroom. As Mrs. Su tucked her in, she said to her husband, "We can't keep hiding it from her. If she finds out her father is ill, I don't know what kind of mystic arts she might use to run away." Mia, though sound asleep on the bed, kept murmuring, "Sob, sob, mommy, mommy, wake up." Her mournful cries made the couple just as worried. Is she having a nightmare? What should we do? Mia was currently lost in her dream. Perhaps it was very painful, as tears kept streaming from the corners of her eyes. In the dream, Mia found her parents lying motionless on a bed. Even though she screamed hoarsely, they didn't react. "Sobi, Sobi, don't sleep anymore. Wake up." Panic filled Mia's eyes. "Mommy, mommy, wake up. Don't sleep anymore." Mia is back. In this urgent moment, she suddenly remembered something important. That's right. There's still the family heirloom, the Jiang family's divine steel. Mommy once said that when the Jiang family encounters an unsolvable problem, they can ask the divine steel for help, and it will surely succeed. Thinking this, she wiped her tears and then rushed towards the gate to find the divine steel. Because she ran too fast, Mia carelessly tripped over a stone. Her whole body tumbled forward. A sharp pain shot through her, making Mia scream, "Ah!" In pain, Mia couldn't stop crying. "Sobi, Sobi." She bit her lip, trying hard to stand up, constantly encouraging herself, "Don't cry. They're still waiting for me." After much effort and determination, Mia finally reached the divine steel. Running towards it, she cried and pleaded, "Divine steel, please help Mia." Suddenly, from within the divine steel, the spirits of her parents appeared, looking at her worriedly and reassuringly. "Don't cry, Mia. Daddy's precious. Mommy's good, darling. Don't cry." Mia, heartbroken, reached out to her parents, calling out, "Daddy, Mommy." Then she threw herself into her mother's arms, sobbing, "Why have you two become spirits?" Her mother, her eyes filled with tears, looked at her daughter and said softly, "Mia, your father and I, our time was just up. As long as you learn those skills, many people will love you. Remember to do many good deeds." With that, she took out a transparent glass jar from her person and handed it to her, instructing, "As long as you fill this jar, your father and I can return." Her father also stroked his daughter's head and comforted her, "Mia, be good. Daddy and Mommy will wait for you in the divine steel to wake us up." Mia hugged the glass jar tightly, tears streaming down her face, and resolutely said, "I will definitely fill this jar." Mia, when you're at your grandnephew's house, you must be obedient and not be willful. Understand? Daddy and Mommy will be fine sleeping here. Mia, don't keep thinking about these things. You must make yourself happy. Seeing her parents about to leave, Mia cried out loudly, "No, I don't want to be happy. Mia just want Daddy and Mommy to wake up." She reached out, trying to hold onto the fading spirits of her parents, saying painfully, "I don't want to listen to anyone else. I only listen to Daddy and Mommy." But all that answered her was empty space. Mia wailed, sobbing uncontrollably. At the same moment, she screamed loudly and jolted awake from her dream. The entire Su family, extremely worried, rushed over to her. "Little Grandany, are you okay? Are you all right? Young Grandany, what did you dream about?" Mia sat up, her voice filled with sadness. "Daddy and Mommy said that as long as I accumulate enough merit and faith to fill the glass jar, they can wake up." With that, she took out a turtle shell from her bag to perform a divination. As soon as she tossed the turtle shell high, after a few rotations, it landed at Fin Su's feet. Fin Su looked at the small object at his feet, his eyes filled with surprise. "Grand Auntie, this is..." Mia calculated. "It's figured out. If I follow you, I can save Daddy and Mommy. Do you have something you need Mia's help with?" At her question, Fin Su scratched his head shyly. I signed up for a reality TV show, a live broadcast that records daily life with children. I wanted to use this show to make a comeback." As he spoke, he sincerely sat down and took her hand. "So, I wanted to invite young Grandnanny to join the show with me. The show starts in a week." His father, hearing his godforsaken son's proposal, immediately got angry and yelled, "What are you doing? Young Grandnanny has only been home for a few days. She can't go on a show with you, you damn brat." Fin Su was stunned by his father's yelling and didn't dare to voice any more opinions. But Mia thought completely differently. She raised her hand enthusiastically. "Mia wants to go. Mia will try her best to perform well." Fin Su, seeing her agree, was overjoyed and gave a thumbs up, "Say hi," welcoming her, while the others stood there, speechless. Leo Su walked out, talking to his eldest son. "If little Aunt wants to go on the show, our Su family will pour money into it, create backing for her, get her on the hot search." We must definitely help Little Ant become popular. Kate and Sue, after hearing this plan, immediately refuted it. Dad, if we use money to inflate her popularity, the audience will probably find it off-putting. Look, isn't Seventh Brother a prime example? Besides, Grand Auntie said accumulating merit probably means doing many good deeds, not just seeking fame. Leo Sue, hearing his eldest son's analysis, found it reasonable, stroking his chin. Right. In that case, we should act more cautiously. A week later, Mia followed her great-grandnephew, Fin Sue, to participate in the reality show. As soon as the director yelled, "Action!" the MC appeared, smiling brightly. Welcome everyone to our live broadcast. Now, we're about to do a surprise visit to Fin Sue's early morning routine. I wonder if our audience is excited? Next, let's go into the room and see what our superstar does early in the morning. As she spoke, the female MC pushed open the door to Fin Sue's room. At this moment, below the live stream, countless comments from netizens had already appeared. Who would look forward to a scumbag? How can Fin Sue still appear on camera? Didn't they say he was in trouble? Shouldn't this kind of person be arrested? I heard he's even bringing a child to the show this time. It seems like it's his illegitimate daughter. Someone immediately cursed. Damn it, the production team actually agreed? The rot starts at the top. Inside the room, Fin Sue and Mia were sleeping soundly on the bed. As soon as the camera panned to this scene, netizens had another field day typing. LOL, it's this late and he's still sleeping in? Doesn't he know they're filming? How can Fin Sue be so lazy? It seems there's a reason he can't be propped up. Production team, kick him off the show. At this time, at the Sue family home, Mr. and Mrs. Sue read the netizens' comments and were extremely annoyed. Mr. Sue immediately scolded. That damn brat Fin Sue. He clearly said he would wake up early. Why isn't he up yet? And he even wants to drag young Granddaddy down to be criticized with him. How can this be? With that, Mr. Sue also took out his phone and, using an account with the nickname Little Ant is the Best, left a comment. What's wrong with a child waking up a little late? But his comment was immediately drowned out by the netizens scolding, making Mr. Sue feel helpless. Ban him. He's corrupting children. Scumbag who can't make it. Mrs. Sue, seeing this, immediately said, let me think of a way. With that, Mrs. Sue was already in Fin Sue's bedroom. Seventh, wake up. The show has started. Looking at her son sleeping like a dead pig, Mrs. Sue frowned unhappily, muttering to herself, if it weren't for the filming and fear of affecting Granddaddy, I would have woken this scoundrel up long ago. Hearing the noise, Mia rubbed her eyes and woke up. She dreamily smiled brightly. Grannies-in-law, good morning. Her cuteness instantly won Mrs. Sue over. Ah, our little Granny is so adorable. I really want to hug her. In Mrs. Sue's mind, she was imagining cuddling Mia like a little cat. But that was just her imagination. Mrs. Sue whispered to Mia, little Grandauntie, the recording has started. Mia sneezed. Her spirits immediately lifted. She pushed off the blanket and sat up. I'm up. The little girl very naturally looked at the camera, waved, and greeted, good morning, everyone. I'm Mia Sue. Her smile completely captivated the netizens. Ah, this little one is so cute. She's like a soft, fragrant little princess. I wish she were my real daughter. I'm completely smitten. For her, I'm willing to follow the show. But someone sharp noticed the unusual form of address. Wait a minute. Did she just call Fin Sue's mother grandniece-in-law? What exactly is their relationship? Mrs. Sue, seeing her youngest son still snoring away, was so angry her hands clenched into fists. Little Grandauntie is already up, and he's still not awake? Just as Mrs. Sue raised her hand to deliver a blow to her son, Mia stopped her. Grandniece-in-law, wait a moment. She went over and hugged Mrs. Sue's neck, whispering, last night, a ghost came looking for Mia and scared seventh grandnephew, so he couldn't sleep. Let him sleep a little longer, grandniece-in-law. Mia then recalled the scene from last night. Fin Sue, though asleep, was still talking in his sleep fearfully. Don't. Mia, noticing, quickly subdued the little ghost on Fin Sue's head. Mrs. Sue, hearing the story, calmed down. So that's what happened. There really was a reason. She started to feel troubled. But the recording has started, and at 11 o'clock, we have to fly to the filming location. Little Grandauntie, grandniece-in-law, knows you care for seventh, but the show is more important, so we can only wake him up now. Mia, hearing this, found it reasonable and didn't stop her anymore. Okay then, grandniece-in-law, wake him up. With the young grandaunt's permission, Mrs. Sue, without a second word, unleashed her frustration on her son to wake him up in an instant. Fin Sue, jolted awake by the pain, immediately sat up. This domineering act by Mrs. Sue made the netizens burst out laughing. Haha, truly his biological mother. That slap was satisfying. Fin Sue, dazed, rubbed his eyes, not yet understanding what was happening, when he heard Mrs. Sue scold. Don't you need to look over there and see? Oh, right, we have to film. Fin Sue quickly composed himself and sat up. He ran his fingers through his hair, creating a handsome image, smiled at the camera, and said, "Good morning, my darlings." But netizens were very difficult to please and immediately retorted, "Ugh, young Master Su, why are you suddenly so nauseating? Who are your darlings? Get off the show." While he was awkwardly wondering what to do next, Mia appeared like a savior. Seventh grandnephew, good morning. Fin Su, looking at her sparkling eyes, couldn't help but gently pat her head and greet her back. Little Grand Indy, good morning. His undeniably genuine tenderness made netizens buzz. LOL, Fin Su is the king of expressions. He changes faces so fast, I can't keep up. 1 second I was cursing him, the next I'm smitten. What a gentle father figure. Wait, is she really his grandaunt? It sounds like she called him Granddaddy. Mia spread her fingers, counting the things to do like a little old lady, and reminded him, we need to brush our teeth and wash our faces, seventh grandnephew. Then breakfast, then a car ride, then a plane ride. We have a lot to do. Fin Su gently lifted his young grandaunt onto his shoulders, like a kind father playing with his daughter. Yes, let's go. Let's take a plane to brush our teeth and wash our faces. Mia, being teased, giggled brightly, spreading her arms as if flying. Let's go. Arriving at the bathroom, he carefully placed Mia on a stool, then meticulously helped her put toothpaste on her brush. Not stopping there, he even acted out a scene of respectfully offering her the toothbrush like an obedient grandnephew. Young grandauntie, please use the toothbrush. Mia took it, smiled brightly, and gently patted Fin Su's head, praising him, good grandnephew. Grandauntie likes you the most. The two of them, unprompted, brushed their teeth together, then simultaneously wiped their faces, their actions perfectly synchronized. Let me apply moisturizer for you, Grandauntie. With that, he reached for a nearby jar of moisturizer. Mia happily let him help her. This warm scene was suddenly shattered by Leo Su's startled yell. He unexpectedly appeared, kicking Fin Su's shins with a thwack. Seventh brat, what are you doing? You have to use the moisturizer I bought for Grandauntie, and you secretly used the one you bought. Are you itching for kicking? After dealing with his son, Mr. Su turned to Mia and complained, little Grandauntie, seventh isn't following the rules. You have to be a fair adult. We agreed that on Mondays, we use my moisturizer, right? Fin Su, wincing in pain and feeling like he'd lost all face, whined, Dad, we're filming. Can you please not be like this? Mia looked at the note on the moisturizer jar, which indeed said seventh grandnephew, and nodded. Used the wrong one. With that, she reached for the jar with eldest grandnephew written on it. Mia, being the fairest adult, took Mr. Su's cream and happily applied it to her face with both hands, looking utterly content. After finishing, she even turned to Leo Su and showed off. Mia has applied eldest grandnephew's moisturizer. Mr. Su, satisfied, replied repeatedly, yes, yes. This conversation between the two left netizens somewhat bewildered. No way. Even Fin Su's father calls himself grandnephew? This child's seniority is no simple matter. Someone commented dismissively, you guys actually believe this? It's definitely a trick the Su family came up with to help Fin Su whitewash his image. But someone else defended Fin Su's father. Leo Su is a well-known figure. He's already 60. Would he really lower his status like this just for a whitewashing attempt? Just then, someone from the film crew spoke up. It's almost time for the Q&A session. Guests, please prepare a little. Mia and Fin Su, after changing their clothes, walked downstairs. Seeing Mia in an incredibly adorable outfit, netizens once again gushed with praise. So cute. Let me take a deep breath. Wow, I really want to have a daughter, just like her. Fin Su walked to the sofa and carefully placed a cushion behind his young grandaunt's back. In front of them were 2 cameras. Someone asked, Little Mia, can you tell us what your relationship is with Fin Su? Mia, hearing the question, scooted closer to the camera, still clearly remembering Fin Su's earlier instructions. Great-grandnephew said that when someone asks a private question, I have to look at the camera. This should be right then? She looked straight into the camera, smiled brightly, and answered, I am his grandaunt. Fin Su is my 7th great-grandnephew. Her answer, combined with her impossibly cute image, completely won over the netizens. I have to say, this little girl is fatally adorable. But someone disbelievingly retorted, so young and already lying so much? Grandaunt and 7th great-grandnephew? If that's true, I'll do a handstand while washing my hair. The program continued with another question. So, do you have anything to prove he's your 7th great-grandnephew? Can your parents come and clarify? As soon as her parents were mentioned, Mia couldn't hold back her tears. She bowed her head, overcome with sadness, unable to speak. And Mommy, the program staff, seeing this, immediately comforted her. Mia, be good, don't cry. Is it that your father is here, but your mother isn't? Online, countless people seeing her like this felt heartbroken and left comments. Stop asking. Mia is about to cry. This question is too leading. Isn't it implying Mia is an illegitimate child? Even Fin Su, annoyed, cut off the program staff. All right, the interview ends here. However, Mia had regained her composure. Wiping her tears, she gestured to stop Fin Su. It's okay. She began to recount in a low voice. My daddy's name is Samuel Su, and my mommy's name is Joanna Jiang. They're both sleeping now, so they can't come and talk. Her eyes filled with anticipation as she continued. Wait until Mia completes her mission. Then, Mia will ask them to come and talk to you, okay? The program staff couldn't refuse Mia and smiled in agreement. Okay, thank you, little Mia, for answering our questions. Our interview ends here. He thought to himself, this little girl is too cute. I have to have another daughter too. Just as this person was about to signal to cut the broadcast, Mia raised her hand to stop him, her voice incredibly sweet. Mister, can you call your son now, please? Tell him not to go forward anymore. The program staff was quite surprised by her sudden request, but replied, My son is only 4. He doesn't have a phone. Mia said again, Then call your son's mother, okay? Seeing the man's hesitation, Mia said sincerely, Mister, you are a good person. Mia doesn't want to make you sad. Fin Su, who knew best about his young granddaughter's abilities, also eagerly urged, Hurry up. If you don't call, I'll call for you. The program staff, seeing their reactions were very genuine, agreed. I'll call. Let me call. Netizens following the developments commented, Why did this suddenly turn from a sentimental show into a theology program? LOL. It seems this kid is a fortune teller. Hello, honey, where are you? Honey, I'm taking our son to his talent class. Aren't you following the game show crew today? How do you have time to call me? The man looked suspiciously at Mia, but still instructed his wife, Oh, it's nothing. I just want to tell you not to take our son any further. Wait a little while before you go. His wife, hearing this, was very puzzled and asked, Huh? What? Just then, a terrified scream from his wife came through the phone. The man felt his heart burn with anxiety, unable to sit still. He yelled into the phone, Honey, what's wrong? Before his wife's eyes was the scene of 2 cars driving in opposite directions and unfortunately colliding. The wife's face turned pale, and it took her a while to regain her composure and reply to her husband. There was an accident up ahead. Luckily, you called and told me to slow down. If we had gone any further, our son and I would have been hit. The wife's words shocked everyone, and they looked at Mia with terrified eyes. She actually predicted it correctly? Mia then let out a sigh of relief. Phew, good thing the timing was just right. Knowing the man's family was safe, she smiled brightly. That's great. It's okay now. The program staff, extremely grateful, squatted down and took Mia's small hands. Thank you so much, really. If it weren't for this phone call, the 2 of them would definitely have been in an accident. No matter what the outcome of the accident, I wouldn't have been able to accept it. Mia smiled reassuringly at the man. It's okay, sir. Last time you also saved a child. This can be considered the reward you deserve. The man, with a question mark over his head, thought, Saved a child? Why don't I remember? After thinking for a moment, he remembered the incident Mia was referring to. Oh, that was 3 days ago. At this point, the man completely trusted Mia's words, giving her 2 thumbs up and praising. You can even see this? You're really amazing. Fin Su also couldn't help but say, Little Granddaddy, you even know how to predict the future? You're really, really good. Being praised by so many people made Mia a bit shy. She covered her face and giggled. Hee hee. She also patted Fin Su's head and praised him back. Thank you for the compliment, 7th grandnephew. You're also very good. The program featuring Mia had just aired and immediately topped the hot search charts. All 3 top trending categories were about her, such as number 1, adorable little granddaddy. Number 2, fortune-telling little granddaddy. Number 3, little granddaddy predicts car accident. But there were also anti-fans leaving dismissive comments. I think the Su family spent a lot of money to deliberately stage the car accident and create a mystical image for the child. Unless she tells another fortune, I won't believe it. Right, we want to see it with our own eyes. The show's director, seeing the numbers skyrocket, was ecstatic. Amazing. The popularity has risen to 30 million. He used his walkie-talkie to tell his staff, While it's hot, let's use this child's fortune-telling characteristic to create buzz. Receiving the signal, the program staff quickly complied. We'd like to continue the interview to let Granddaddy Mia interact with the audience a bit, and also to prove her abilities. May I ask, how else can she tell fortunes? Mia seriously said into the mic. But you can't just casually tell fortunes. Mommy said that the person whose fortune is told must have a karmic connection, and they also have to pay a certain price. Or like that uncle just now, he did a good deed first, but then he encountered something bad, so then a fortune could be told. As she spoke, she paused, remembering her mother's words from the dream before the divine steel. Huh? A good deed? Before the curious eyes of everyone. Mia rummaged through her small bag. Just as Mia guessed, the glass jar her mother had given her now had some water in it. Seeing it, she couldn't hide her joy. Oh, there really is water. At this point, she figured out. So, fortune-telling is doing good deeds? This way, I can also accumulate merit? Does that mean I have to help everyone by telling fortunes? The feeling that her parents might soon wake up made Mia's face light up, and she carefully put the glass jar back into her bag. Seeing her agree, the program staff asked, So, Grand Auntie Mia, is there any price required? She playfully winked and snapped her fingers. Mia has to divine what the price should be. 3 copper coins then appeared in her hand. Online, comments appeared again. It's fortune-telling coins. This fortune teller acts so realistically. Are those fake props bought from street vendor? No, that doesn't seem right. I just searched a bit. Those fake coins don't look like this. My grandpa loves ancient coins. The ancient characters on these say Ban Liang. These are Qin Dynasty coins. They're incredibly hard to find in antique markets. Someone offered 5 million for one and couldn't get it. The little girl has 3 of them? Isn't that 15 million? Are they really that valuable? Under the watchful eyes of the netizens, Mia tossed the 3 copper coins into the air. The coins clattered to the ground. Mia looked at them and said, In 7 days, Mia can only perform 3 divinations for people with a karmic connection. Today, only 2 chances are left. Moreover, they have to pay Mia 88 yuan. Hearing this, the man asked, So how do we choose the person with a karmic connection? Mia pointed in another direction and replied, The hexagram shows that another uncle has always been directing you. That uncle should know. As she spoke, Mia looked into the camera and said loudly, Hello, uncle on the other side. You're watching, right? The director, looking at the monitor, stroked his chin. This child is indeed a bit interesting. Turning to his female assistant, the director said, Go tell the little girl to randomly select 2 people from the live stream app. I want to see how many more surprises this child will give me. Receiving the message, the program staff passed it to Mia. The little girl then did as instructed, pointing at 2 nicknames on the live stream. Those 2, please. Mia's small hand tapped on 2 random people. The chosen individuals were on the list of gift givers in the live stream, but these 2 didn't seem to like Fin Su much. One sneered, while the other cursed, Fin Su, get off the show. Mia, reading their comments, didn't understand and asked, Why does the person with a karmic connection want 7th great-grandnephew to get out of this industry? Is the entertainment industry very good? That person had even set their nickname as Fin Su get out of entertainment. At Mia's question, the person with this nickname replied, Of course, it's because your 7th great-grandnephew did bad things. Trying to whitewash his image with this? Dream on. Just as she wanted to retort, Fin Su gently touched her head, ignoring the malicious comments, and said, Grand Auntie, let's begin. Don't read the comments. Mia, understanding, looked at him. Okay. The first girl chosen quickly connected and waved. Little Mia, hello. Do you need my birth date and time? Do you want me to tell you? Mia immediately waved her hand in refusal. No need, Miss Meow Meow. Please cast a hexagram first, then tell me what you want to know. Fin Su and the program staff, unprompted, simultaneously thought, How do you cast a hexagram? At their shared doubt, Mia took a small object from her bag, making them both nod with admiration. Grand Auntie is so thoughtful. I want to ask where my cat went, okay? Even though I've searched the neighborhood for a month and posted lost cat information online, I still can't find him. Mia began to calculate with her fingers. Very quickly, she had the answer. Your cat is currently in the room to the left, next door to your house. The girl was somewhat disbelieving. I've asked them, but they said they haven't seen him. Let me go ask again. To prove its authenticity, the girl took her phone and walked to the address Mia mentioned. After ringing the doorbell for a while, the homeowner's voice came from inside. Little girl, what are you doing at our house again? I told you last time, the cat isn't here. However, faced with this lie, Mia offered a suggestion. Miss, call the police officer. My eldest great-grandnephew said that if you encounter trouble outside, you should find a police officer. Her suggestion greatly surprised the netizens. Wow, she actually told her to call the police? If it's fake, can this little kid take responsibility? Right, if they really call the police, this is getting serious. Fin Su, after a few incidents, completely trusted his young grandaunt. He leaned into the screen and said, Miss, give us the address. I'll call the police for you. If it's fake, I'll take responsibility. With Fin Su's assurance, the girl immediately agreed. Okay, I'll call the police. Only then did the homeowner panic and open the door, her expression slightly flustered. Hey, it's just a cat. Do you really want to make such a fuss and call the police? What's wrong with letting my grandchild play with it for a few days? Her words were a tacit admission that she had kept the cat. Don't call the police, and I'll return the cat to you. With that, she released the cat. Seeing her beloved cat, the girl joyfully called out, Snowball, come here quickly. Mommy's here. Hugging her pet, The girl couldn't help but burst into tears. Netizens were once again abuzz over this. Oh my god, it's magical. They found him. That's great. Congratulations, miss. But that woman is too much. I think they should still call the police. The kitty is back, that's great. Young Granddaddy Mia is truly amazing. Seeing the matter resolved smoothly, Mia spread her arms, looked at her great-grandnephew, awaiting praise. Seventh grandnephew. Granddaddy was right, wasn't I? Finsu's eyes were filled with admiration. Granddaddy is amazing. Next up was the second person, the one with the nickname Finsu Get Out of Entertainment. As soon as she connected, she impatiently made her demand. I've already transferred the money. I want to know how my younger brother is doing now. I'm sure everyone knows me, right? I'm a station master for movie king David Sheen. I can't possibly be someone hired by the Su family. I want to make trashy artists like Fin Su get out of the entertainment industry. She was so smug because she was thinking, I don't even have a younger brother. I want to see what that little brat says. Faced with this question, Mia, for some reason, stood motionless and didn't answer. Seeing this, netizens became restless again. What's this? Did she grab the wrong script? Picked an anti-fan by mistake? So she doesn't know how to continue acting? But someone else defended Mia. The person above is overthinking it. How can a 3-year-old know how to act? You can't fake reality. This is the station master for our David Sheen. Station master, you're awesome. Expose all their plans. After a moment of contemplation, Mia finally spoke. Your younger brother hasn't been happy recently. The girl, hearing this, immediately accused her. You're lying. I don't have any younger brother. You Su family people are all liars. As she spoke, she took out her household registration book, as if to prove her words. Look, this is my family's household registration book. Little girl, tell the truth, or you'll be arrested by the police. Online, someone immediately believed it. LOL, she's been exposed. Hey, production team, quickly terminate the contract with this group of fraudsters. Mia, reading these comments, loudly explained, it's not like that. Mia's family doesn't lie. And Mia doesn't lie either. You and your younger brother just met yesterday. But the girl still insisted, I don't have any younger brother. How could we have met? Mia patiently described the details she had seen. You want to buy something that looked like milk with little round balls inside. Your younger brother gave it to you. Who doesn't buy bubble tea nowadays? A blind cat catching a dead mouse. What you said doesn't prove anything. I still say, I don't have a younger brother. Is that so? But from what I see, your mother has always been looking for your younger brother. If you don't believe me, ask your mother, and you'll know. Mia added another revelation. Your younger brother was kidnapped. You were 6 years old then. He was in a car, and you were crying and running after the car. The girl, hearing these absurd words, was annoyed and disbelieving. I'll make you have nothing left to argue with. With that, she connected a call to her family. Before the expectant eyes of countless people waiting for confirmation, a voice came from the other end of the line. Vivian, what's wrong? Mom's at work. The girl smiled and asked into the phone, Mom, let me ask you something. Do I have a younger brother? From the other end of the line came the mother's trembling voice. Honey, how did you know about this? Did you suddenly remember? This confirmation from her mother made the girl ask in a daze, Mom, you mean I really have a younger brother?